Well, basically, we just kind of like the first part last time, take the sheet, the success analysis worksheet, and kind of fill that in. I guess we're supposed to put together kind of a 5 minute presentation about successes we have or will experience here in the near future. Then after we, you know, fill the grid out, then we kind of present it to the group, and then we each give critiques and those sorts of things as far as what we did well and all that good stuff.
Do you guys have your papers already filled out?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
That's supposed to be the first part. So.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess I'm going to read the first part here, and just kind of the introduction part. So for healthy personal and team development to occur, it's essential for team members to be able to deal effectively with their own positive strengths and successes as well as those of others. Perceived weaknesses and failures are often allowed to be so influential that they can dominate a person's self-image. Inputs from one's social environment frequently reinforce the negative. To counter this and to develop a team's positive environment, this exercise is designed to provide opportunity for each team member to describe his or her successes in life, either big or small, and receive positive feedback on how others in their team view these successes. So now in this first step, each team member is to fill out the entire success analysis worksheet. The purpose of the worksheet is to assist each team member in organizing a 5-minute oral presentation to be given to their teammates that describes the successes he or she personally has experienced or anticipates experiencing, and the reasons why each is viewed as a success. So it says to go for about 12 or 15 minutes. We're filling this out. If we finish up, pass it on, and we'll move on. harder than I thought it was going to be.
I know it's making me not feel very successful.
Are you guys coming along?
Almost done. Okay. I'm ready whenever.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I guess the order that we're to go and share in is by birth date and how close it is to today.
March 27th is mine.
June 1st.
Winner. So I guess it'll be Emily and then myself and then Allison because I'm May 15th.
Debated lying.
What's that?
I debated lying, but so I'm just like supposed to rate it. Is that like what I'm supposed to do, or?
Yeah, I guess we individually go and share our successes and I guess why we were successful in that situation. And then we as the rest of the group kind of when we're listening, we're kind of jotting down the skills and the gifts and the abilities that we identify through what you're telling us. And then when you're done, we sort of shower you with praise.
Forward. Okay. Joy of the world. Alrighty. Okay, so success number 1. During my senior year of college, the first time, I was the president of my sorority, was on exec council, student senate, was a student rep to the board of trustees, mock trial captain, just because I made each one a priority, gave them all their own timeline, was still successful in school because I kind of gave each thing a day of the week. Obviously, I survived, so yay. Success number 2, I successfully coordinated a back-to-school fair at work, coordinated volunteers, secured donations, both financial and in kind, for a nonprofit. I used the resources that had been laid out by people who had done the job before me, and I had help, so yay, teamwork. Number 3, as the newest nurse on my unit, I was voted the most flexible. I was just willing to help out wherever and whenever needed. I'd say my most successful experience was finishing nursing school, working 2 jobs. I just kind of made up my mind that it would happen and made it work. During the past couple weeks, I brought home a cat on a 6-hour car ride, and that was fun. Just used toys and treats and whatever it kept to keep the cat and us happy. And then a success in the next few weeks is I'm working on instituting a pain management and assessment technique, protocol, I don't know what to call it, at work to help better care for our patients. So,
Nice.
Awesome.
That's what I'm working on.
You're obviously a very involved person. You've got a lot of stuff that you juggle and do. Kind of organizing that the back to school fair is something I don't think I would be able to do. I'm nowhere near organized and structured enough to coordinate all that kind of stuff. I know that. So that's pretty awesome. You're able to kind of take a hold of things and work them out and get everything lined up. And it's pretty impressive.
Organized was one of my words I had down for you. And a leader. I think you're probably a good leader. And resourceful, flexible, organized, and hardworking.
Very hardworking.
Yeah.
Motivated. Good job. So myself, my first success I had listed was, the whole back to school process and getting through all that. I was able to go back to school full time, get my LPN and then my RN degree, now almost my BSN degree, while working full time with each of those degrees respectively as I was going through. being able to do that as well as find time to volunteer, did some tutoring work, led a lot of study groups in my nursing classes and those sorts of things. I guess basically just determined to make up for lost time because I wasn't nearly as invested in my school experience when I was 18. Then after I graduated, my second success here with my RN degree, I moved down here to Centerville, started working in acute care, which was a totally new experience. Transitioned into the med-surg department and then was asked to cross-train in the emergency room, the emergency department. So I've been able to adapt to completely different environments, both with med-surg and then moving on into the emergency department. Just using skills and interactions and those sorts of things to be able to adapt to the different roles. Third success here is hard to come by, but made sort of a pact with my wife to get moving a little bit more here, so we started making plans to walk the dogs every day and then go out hiking when the two of us are together, weather permitting. Just being able to do that takes a lot of planning with schedule-wise, with homework and studying and work on both our parts. Time management was a big thing that we both use to be successful in that area. My most successful experience will be celebrating my 8th wedding anniversary here this summer. I don't know if either of you are married, but that obviously presents plenty of challenges to overcome. That's just through teamwork with my wife and mutual support and continuing to challenge ourselves and make things as new as possible. During the past few weeks here, I actually interviewed, or was asked to apply for and interviewed for the house supervisor position at the hospital. So I had my interview on Monday, which I feel went really well. And again, a lot of those successes, or a lot of that came from the same sort of stuff as my second success, just adapting and being able to communicate well. And then an anticipated success over the next few weeks would just be getting through this semester and checking another one off the list. And there's one more to go. That'll be about it.
All right. Well, what I picked up from you is that you're good at multitasking with work and school and a wife, and probably a good leader since you were leading study groups and things, and determined to be successful, and a fast-paced worker, good at time management and dedication.
I had a lot of those same ones. Dedicated, definitely determined to get stuff done, which is awesome. You're a go-getter, flexible, good team player, obviously a leader moving into that house supervisor position. And then there's a word that I'm trying to think of that I'm sure I'll think of in like 20 minutes. I just shout out a random word. What it is.
We'll know what you're talking about.
There you go.
Okay, I suppose it's my turn. I'm not so successful. My first success I had was graduating Kaplan with my LPN, and I was successful because my reasons were way different than your guys's. I told myself anyone can do anything for a year. I had good friends who helped me through it, and I was motivated to have a career in healthcare and make a difference in other people's lives. My second success was moving out on my own, and I was successful. I was well prepared, knew everything I needed to do for it. I always had a good source of income, and being independent made me more responsible. And my third success was applying and getting into nursing school again. And I was motivated to make mine and my daughter's life better, and I took my necessary steps with the advisor. My most successful experience was giving birth, and I had a good support system, good doctors. I kept myself focused on what I was doing, and I was ready to meet my baby and excited. And my success in the last few weeks was getting a good grade on a test, and I, between all my other classes, had to do time management, and I made flashcards and studied them and studied with a group of friends. And my anticipated success in the next few weeks is kind of like Michael's, just passing this semester, but I was crazy and took microbiology and physiology together, so yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
Long time.
So that one just makes you brave in my mind, so.
I didn't know what I was signing up for.
Well, it sounds like you're a hard worker and pretty adventurous, moving out on your own, brave. Obviously, moving out on your own and being a mom. Pretty financially smart, responsible, strong, which is good.
Yeah. And you're down doing this whole online thing and going through actually like your LPN year takes an awful lot of motivation and now I'm having trouble with the word.
Passing it along.
Yeah. Just as far as being able to get yourself motivated and not procrastinating, whatever the opposite of procrastinating is. You know, to keep up with the clinical side of nursing school is pretty tough. You got to find ways to psych yourself up in order to achieve your goals. When you had said that anybody can do anything for a year, I found that to be pretty good. Your independence and your preparation helps you with your responsibilities and taking care of everything you need to. And you're also really good at acknowledging, your team members and your support groups. Pretty much every goal and success you had mentioned somebody else along the way who had helped you out. So that's pretty awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. Then here, we just kind of spend some time discussing our reactions and experience and what thoughts and feelings were stimulated by the experience and how each of us responded to the impact of giving and receiving positive feedback. I don't know if it's just my personality or what, but I had a hard time convincing myself of successes, I guess, in a way of saying it. When you think about all the things you do and then whether or not you can feel those as a success or not.
I agree.
Kind of one thing that I drew from it. Hard to pat myself on the back, I guess.
Yeah. I definitely had an easier time giving feedback than receiving it.
Same here. Like, for me, like a lot of, I don't know, everything that kept popping in my mind is just stuff that to me is just like my normal everyday, like it's not a success or a gift, I think is what he called it on the sheet. You know what I mean? So like, it's just weird for me to think of things in that way.
Yeah, just kind of the everyday things you have to do to get done to,
to keep moving.
Do life, yeah. But I guess even the small things, kind of overlook them, being good, productive, successful things.
That's weird. Did you guys feel like you received gifts?
Yeah, I like how we're receiving. Yes. I don't know. It was nice to hear some of the things. A lot of times, if we don't see them as successes, I'm sure everybody else around doesn't. So it's always nice to hear that you're doing a good job.
Yeah. I guess maybe just in like this little 5-minute thing that we did, it's cool just to hear what you guys have gotten out of like the strong points from what I've told you happened. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. To see the strengths from the end goal or whatever.
Yeah.
Insight that got you there.
Seeing it from someone else's perspective kind of makes you look at it differently.
Yeah. And so all that was free.
Very true.
Yeah.
Except for however much we're paying for this class.
Which is enough. That. But it's priceless, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Priceless experience. Okay. Well, good. You guys have any questions as far as what we got to do for the paper, like the reflection or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
I think it's pretty similar kind of thing as the first exercise, what we talked about, and then what strengths and weaknesses were, and the whole thing. Our life wasn't in danger in this exercise.
Are we supposed to start talking about that project that's due coming up?
Yeah, I guess I haven't been able to find a whole lot of stuff as far as what exactly.
I literally just saw this right before we got on. It's like at the bottom of this week's stuff. It's just a sheet. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Like we can either pick to watch a movie.
Oh, I think it's gonna go off. Analysis of a group paper assignment.
Okay. Okay, no, now I do remember reading over this a little bit. Yeah. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Do you guys both live in Des Moines? Or anywhere near? Or?
I live in Ames.
I live in Des Moines.
Okay. I live 2 hours south of Des Moines, so we're kind of all in different directions.
Yeah.
Well, because it's weird because I thought we were supposed to do it together, but then like that sheet that he posted in this week's make it sound like you don't necessarily have to do it together. So I don't know. I was just kind of confused. I didn't know if you guys.
I'm reading over again here.
Like it says like students will pick, students will select. It doesn't say like groups.
Yeah. I bet we all just like pick the same movie and then we can probably do our own analysis / evaluation and get together and talk about it,
I think that's kind of the way I'm reading this as too. Yeah, I don't think we need to sit on here and watch the movie together, but picking out a movie, whatever it might be, and then kind of breaking it down as far as the principles and concepts and whatever, just kind of sketch out whatever ideas you have on that. And then we can get times to meet and go over everything. And whenever we get like a rubric or more of an idea of what the expectations are for it.
Yeah.
I remember reading something about a group name in our directive or something like that too.
Oh, yeah.
Any of you guys have any sort of idea on movie or anything that you would want to do?
A small group.
That could be anything from like the ones he's got listed there. I'm trying to think. I don't watch a lot of movies.
That's
or
good.
movie. don't know, you guys watch any shows, like recurrent shows? Anything like that?
Sons of Anarchy. They're a group.
Haven't watched that one, unfortunately.
I have not either.
Meaning to. Right now we're watching Orange is the New Black is kind of our binge show right now.
2 days.
I'm so excited. Who's counting?
I don't think that falls under the group he's probably talking about.
Probably not.
Lots of new episodes starting 2 days for Orange.
Yeah.
Really? We're gonna have to get through the rest. Still gotta get through season 2 yet. We got work to do this weekend.
I know, I have to work this weekend, so I won't even see it till like next week.
Oh, better not read anything online.
Terrible. You know, I'll just stay off Facebook and Instagram, I guess.
I suppose we could probably just think about it and then email each other or whatever.
That works completely fine by me. Yeah.
Me too.
We gotta take care of it right now. So, okay. Well, I think that's pretty much all we've got to do for this episode anyway. Kind of touch base and reconvene when we need to for whatever next week or whatever it ends up being.
Alrighty.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, have a good night, guys. Take it easy.
You too.
too.